Within your body flows a secret network of energy centers that decide how you think, feel, and manifest reality. Most people never feel them directly, yet they silently shape every emotion, every choice, every burst of inspiration. This is the shocking truth about your chakras. You've probably heard of chakras before, the colorful spinning wheels of energy that line the spine. Maybe you've seen charts, meditations, or even jewelry based on them. But what if most of what you've been told is only the surface, a symbol hiding a much deeper truth? The chakras are not just mystical ideas or decorative images. They're functional systems, energy processors that translate between your physical body, your emotions, and your consciousness. Each one operates like a transformer, converting subtle energy into thoughts, sensations, and states of being. When one goes out of balance, it doesn't just affect how you feel energetically, it changes how you live. What's truly shocking is how profoundly your chakras influence your everyday experience, and how little we're taught about them. Science has already shown that the nerve plexuses and endocrine glands align almost perfectly with these ancient energy centers. The ancients weren't describing fantasy. They were mapping the human operating system long before modern biology caught up. In this video, you'll discover what your chakras really do, how to sense them directly, and how to work with them, not just through visualization or belief, but through awareness, breath, and emotional honesty. You'll learn to recognize when a chakra is open, when it's blocked, and how those subtle imbalances show up in your relationships, creativity, and personal power. By the end, you'll understand that chakra work isn't about memorizing colors or Sanskrit names. It's about reclaiming connection with your own life force. Once you learn to feel that energy for yourself, you'll never look at your body, your emotions, or your spirit in the same way again. Long before the word chakra appeared in modern yoga studios or colorful social media posts, it was whispered in the hidden chambers of ancient India's sacred texts. The word itself comes from Sanskrit, chakra, meaning wheel or circle. But these weren't wheels made of metal or wood. They were described as spinning vortices of subtle energy, invisible yet profoundly real, forming the inner architecture of human consciousness. In the early Vedic scriptures, sages spoke of prana, the universal life force flowing through channels called nadis. These nadis converge at 7 major points along the spine, each functioning like an energetic transformer, refining raw life energy into different frequencies of emotion, thought, and awareness. Later texts, such as the Upanishads and Tantras, expanded on this vision, describing the chakras as gateways between the physical and the spiritual, portals through which consciousness experiences itself in form. But this idea wasn't isolated to India. Across cultures, echoes of the chakra system appear under different names. In Chinese medicine, qi flows through meridians that correspond strikingly with the same regions of the body. In Kabbalistic mysticism, the tree of life mirrors a similar ascent, energy rising through the 10 sephirot toward divine unity. Even in early Christian mysticism, references to the 7 lamps of the soul, or 7 gifts of the spirit, mirror this universal pattern. These parallel systems suggest something profound. The chakra model isn't merely symbolic, it's a map of human experience that different civilizations discovered through inner observation. The mystics weren't describing something external, they were charting what they felt within their own nervous systems and states of consciousness. Each chakra became more than just a point of energy. It became a mirror for human evolution. From the instinctual survival of the root to the illuminated awareness of the crown, the chakras trace the entire journey of awakening. They reveal that spiritual growth isn't about escaping the body, but about learning to energize it, harmonize it, and let consciousness flow freely through every level of being. To truly grasp the shocking truth about your chakras, you must first recognize this. They're not just ancient metaphors or mystical art. They are the living anatomy of your energy, discovered again and again across time by anyone who dared to look inward deeply enough. Your chakras are not just symbols drawn in old scriptures or pretty colors in meditation apps. They are the living, vibrating language through which your body, mind, and spirit communicate. Whether you realize it or not, every decision you make, every emotion you feel, every burst of energy or wave of exhaustion, all of it is filtered through the condition of your chakra system. When your energy centers are open and balanced, life feels aligned. You wake up with clarity, your relationships flow more easily, your creativity feels effortless. It's as though invisible doors within you have been unlocked, letting energy move freely through every part of your being. You feel grounded yet inspired, calm yet alive. That harmony isn't mystical. It's physiological, emotional, and spiritual coherence happening simultaneously. But when one or more chakras become blocked or overactive, that inner flow turns turbulent. The root chakra, when unstable, manifests as constant anxiety or financial insecurity. The heart chakra, when constricted, makes connection difficult, even when love surrounds you. A blocked throat chakra can silence your truth until even your physical voice begins to strain. These are not random struggles. They are energetic messages from your system asking to be heard. Think of the chakra network like an internal power grid. Each center is a transformer, converting universal life force into usable energy for a specific part of you. Survival, pleasure, will, love, expression, intuition, and connection. When one transformer shorts out, the entire grid flickers. You might try to fix things at the surface, diet, sleep, motivation, but without addressing the underlying current, the imbalance returns. Understanding your chakras gives you a direct interface with your own operating system. Instead of reacting blindly to stress or emotion, you begin to sense where the disruption lives. You stop seeing yourself as broken and start recognizing patterns of energy asking for alignment. That awareness is power. Balancing your chakras isn't about escaping reality, it's about inhabiting it fully. It's the art of turning your body into a clear channel for consciousness to flow through. The more balanced your energy, the more gracefully you navigate life. That is why your chakras matter, not as an abstract belief, but as the energetic blueprint behind every experience you have. At the heart of the chakra system lies a single, elegant principle. Energy vibrates in patterns, and those patterns organize consciousness. Each chakra is not merely a colored wheel or symbolic lotus. It is a frequency field, a specific rate of vibration through which life force translates into thought, emotion, and physical sensation. Imagine your body as an instrument tuned across 7 strings. The lowest string, the root, hums with survival, stability, and connection to the material world. The highest string, the crown, resonates with insight, unity, and transcendence. Between them lie the chords of creativity, power, love, expression, and vision. When these strings vibrate in harmony, your whole being produces a clear, resonant tone. When one string is off-key, the entire melody of your life feels discordant. Science now echoes what mystics always knew. Every cell emits electromagnetic signals. Every emotion carries a measurable frequency. The ancient yogis mapped these frequencies long before modern instruments could detect them. They understood that energy flows upward, following the path of awareness itself, from instinct to inspiration, from matter to meaning. Yet this current can be interrupted. Fear thickens the vibration of the root. Guilt dampens the flow of the sacral. Shame contracts the solar plexus. Each unresolved emotion acts like static in the line, distorting the signal that connects body and spirit. The more you cling to that distortion, the weaker your natural radiance becomes. But alignment is not about forcing energy to move. It is about listening to the tone of each center and allowing it to retune itself through attention and breath. When you breathe into the heart, when you release tension in the throat, when you let the crown open to silence, the current begins to rise on its own. This is the vibrational law of the chakras. What you feel determines what you emit. What you emit determines what you attract. The state of each center shapes the reality you perceive. Heal the vibration, and the outer world rearranges to match it. In this way, balancing your chakras is not superstition. It is the physics of consciousness, played through the living instrument of you. Before you can balance or activate your chakras, you first need to feel them, not as abstract colors or symbols, but as living sensations inside your body. Awareness always comes before control. Think of it like tuning an instrument. You can't play beautiful music until you know how each string vibrates. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably with your spine upright, not rigid, just awake. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out slowly through your mouth. With every exhale, imagine releasing the tension that keeps your energy from moving freely. Allow your attention to gather at the base of your spine. This is your root chakra, the foundation of your energetic body. Don't worry about visualizing anything complex. Simply notice any physical sensation there. Warmth, pressure, heaviness, or even nothing at all. The absence of sensation is also information. Imagine this point as an anchor, grounding you to the earth. With each inhale, feel stability rising from below. Now move your awareness 2 inches below your navel, your sacral chakra. Here lives emotion, pleasure, creativity, and flow. Gently breathe into this space. If you've been suppressing emotions or over-controlling your life, you might feel resistance, tightness, or a hollow sensation. Don't judge it, just observe. The act of noticing begins the process of healing. Next, bring your attention to the area above your stomach, your solar plexus chakra. This is your inner fire, the center of personal power and confidence. Imagine a small sun glowing there. How bright is it? Does it flicker, expand, or hide behind clouds of self-doubt? As you breathe, see this light strengthening, not aggressive, just steady and radiant. Now place a hand over your heart. The heart chakra is the bridge between body and spirit. Feel your heartbeat. With each pulse, imagine waves of compassion expanding outward. Many people carry walls here, layers of protection built from pain. With each breath, allow those walls to soften just a little, enough for warmth to pass through. Shift your focus to the throat chakra, the center of expression. Swallow gently or hum quietly to awaken it. Notice if your throat feels open or constricted. Every unspoken truth leaves a trace here. As you breathe, imagine a cool, clear stream flowing through your neck, washing away silence and restoring honesty. Bring awareness now to the space between your eyebrows, the third eye chakra. This is the seat of insight and intuition. Don't strain to see anything. Instead, feel the subtle pulse of awareness itself, that quiet sense of knowing that sits behind your thoughts. Let your breath anchor you there. Finally, lift your attention to the crown of your head, your crown chakra, the point where your energy meets the infinite. Breathe gently, sensing openness, connection, and lightness. Now take one long deep breath from base to crown. Imagine a current of light moving through your entire spine. As you exhale, feel it descending again, smooth and balanced. Repeat this practice daily for 5 minutes. Over time, you'll begin to sense which centers are active, which are dull, and how your emotions shift that flow. Awareness turns the invisible into experience, and that's the first real step toward mastering your chakras. Your chakras don't just store energy, they store emotion. Every feeling you suppress, every memory you haven't fully processed, leaves an imprint somewhere in this energetic system. That's why chakra work isn't only about visualization or meditation. It's about emotional honesty. Each center corresponds to a specific emotional frequency. At the base of the spine, the root chakra is tied to safety and survival. Fear is its greatest disruptor. When fear dominates your life, fear of change, fear of loss, fear of not being enough, the root begins to tighten, cutting off your connection to stability. Move upward to the sacral chakra, the seat of pleasure, creativity, and intimacy. Guilt and shame constrict this space, making joy feel undeserved and relationships feel heavy. The solar plexus, your center of willpower, dims when you doubt your worth or feel powerless to act. The heart chakra closes under the weight of grief, disappointment, or betrayal, building invisible walls where love once flowed freely. The throat chakra silences itself when you fear judgment for speaking your truth. The third eye becomes clouded by illusion and self-deception. And the crown, your connection to something greater, fades when you lose faith in life, in others, or in yourself. Emotions are energy in motion. When you resist them, they stagnate. When you allow them to move, they transform. Healing your chakras is not about forcing positivity. It's about allowing authenticity. Sit with what arises. Let the body feel it, breathe through it, and watch how the corresponding center begins to loosen, lighten, and open. When emotion flows freely, energy flows freely. And when energy flows freely, consciousness awakens, gently, naturally, and without resistance. Awareness opens the doorway, but intention is what decides where the energy will flow once you step through. Your chakras are not random wheels of light, they are intelligent gateways that respond to conscious direction. The universe itself is neutral. It mirrors the quality of attention you bring to it. If your focus is scattered, your energy becomes diffused. If your focus is steady, that same energy becomes a laser of transformation. Begin by recognizing that every thought is a miniature act of creation. When you think of fear, your root chakra contracts. When you think of possibility, it expands. In that moment, You are not merely observing your inner world, you are programming it. This is why the sages said, where attention goes, energy flows. The chakra system is a living demonstration of that law. Choose one center to work with today, perhaps the heart if you seek healing, or the solar plexus if you crave confidence. Sit quietly and rest your awareness in that region. Take a slow breath in and silently state a clear, simple intention. May this center return to harmony. May it express its highest frequency through me. Do not beg or hope. Command with calm certainty. Feel the words vibrate through your body as though the chakra itself is listening, awakening, remembering its purpose. Each repetition strengthens the energetic signal, like tuning a radio to the clearest station. As you practice, you'll notice distractions, memories, sensations, doubts. Do not fight them. This is simply the mind testing your focus. Bring your attention back, gently but firmly, again and again. The discipline of returning is the training. Over time, your concentration becomes magnetic. The longer you hold a single image, sound, or affirmation within a chakra, the more that energy reshapes itself to match your intention. Intention gives the current its direction. Focus gives it momentum. Together they form the true act of creation, not a mystical accident, but a deliberate alignment between consciousness and vibration. When you learn to sustain that alignment for even a few breaths, the chakras begin to synchronize like instruments tuning to the same key. The entire body hums with coherence. This is how energy obeys the mind, quietly, faithfully, without resistance, once you know exactly where to send it. Now that you understand how awareness, emotion, and intention interact within you, it's time to bring everything together in one integrative experience, a practice that unites the mind's focus, the body's rhythm, and the spirit's current. This is where theory becomes sensation and knowledge becomes energy. Begin by finding a quiet space where you can sit upright, spine straight but not rigid. The spine is your inner pillar, the sacred conduit through which the 7 chakras align and communicate. Close your eyes gently and take a slow, deliberate breath in through your nose. Feel the air descend to the base of your spine, awakening the root chakra, known as Muladhara, the foundation of your life force. As you exhale, imagine that root glowing deep crimson, grounding you to the earth, solid and steady. This is your energetic anchor. Inhale again and let your attention rise slightly to the lower abdomen, the Svadhisthana chakra, the center of emotion, sensuality, and creativity. Picture a warm orange light swirling gently in this area, like sunlight rippling on water. As you breathe, let this energy move freely, washing away guilt and stagnation, restoring fluidity and joy. Now bring your focus to the area above the navel, the Manipura chakra, the solar plexus, your seat of willpower. See it as a radiant golden sun, expanding with each breath. Feel your inner fire reignite, the confidence to act, to speak, to transform thought into reality. If doubt arises, breathe through it. The fire knows what to do. Continue upward to the heart, the Anahata chakra, glowing emerald green. As you breathe, visualize the light expanding outward, filling your chest, your arms, and the space around you. Let every inhalation draw in peace, and every exhalation release old pain. This is the bridge between your humanity and your divinity, between self and others, giving and receiving. Next, bring your attention to the throat, the Vishuddha chakra, the azure center of expression and truth. Breathe deeply and imagine the air cleansing this space, dissolving the fear of judgment. Each breath becomes a declaration. My truth is worthy of sound. Now focus on the space between your eyebrows, the Ajna chakra, the indigo eye of perception. Feel it awaken, not as pressure, but as clarity, the silent watcher behind all experience. Let your thoughts settle into stillness. In that stillness, perception sharpens. Intuition speaks. Finally, guide your awareness to the crown of your head, the Sahasrara chakra, the violet gateway to the infinite. Imagine a radiant column of light connecting you to the cosmos above and the earth below. With every inhale, light pours through the crown. With every exhale, it flows down through all the chakras like a waterfall of brilliance. Stay here for a few moments, simply breathing. Feel your entire being pulsing as one living circuit of light. Grounded, fluid, strong, compassionate, truthful, aware, and infinite. This is the alignment the ancients described not as a goal, but as a return. When you open your eyes, carry that balance into your day. Every word, every action, every heartbeat becomes part of the same current. The chakras are not symbols to visualize. They are sensations to live through. The truth about your chakras isn't that they're mystical decorations floating somewhere in the body. It's that they are living reflections of your consciousness, responding to every thought, every emotion, and every choice you make. They are the language through which your soul communicates with your physical life. When you feel blocked, anxious, or uninspired, it isn't that your chakras are broken. It's that they're speaking to you, asking for awareness, balance, and care. As you begin to understand this, something profound shifts. You realize that healing your energy centers isn't about chasing perfection or glowing colors in meditation. It's about remembering how to listen. The root chakra asks you to feel safe in your body. The heart invites you to forgive. The throat urges you to speak your truth. Each one is a teacher, waiting patiently for you to pay attention. The more you align with this awareness, the more life begins to mirror that harmony. Relationships soften, decisions feel clearer. The world outside begins to move in rhythm with the calm you create inside. This is not coincidence, it's resonance. The universe always matches your internal vibration. So the shocking truth about your chakras is not that they hold magical power over you, but that you hold power through them. They are the instruments. You are the musician. Each breath, thought, and feeling is a note in the symphony of your energy. Mastery comes not from control, but from connection. When you finally stop trying to force energy to move and instead learn to move with it. Remember, your chakras were never something to fix. They were the keys to remembering who you truly are, a being of light, perfectly designed to channel the universe through the rhythm of your own heart.